Hey guys, this is Sola Scriptura here. We're playing another game here, and we've won a die roll, and this hand's great, so we will keep this hand. Our opponent's name is somewhat terrifying and somewhat cute at the same time, I guess. Signing up to be the Antichrist and a pony at the same time is an interesting line. Ooh. Oh. Okay. If this is lands, I think we're generally pretty okay with this hand, unless the Swiftspear dies here. If this is a loam gamble, pretty okay with that too. Ideally, the loam doesn't get thrown out. Oh boy. Well, this is usually what happens whenever I play against lands. I get combo killed very quickly. But this is a fairly good start from us. If I could find Fire Blast here, that'd be nice. Or even another Swiftspear would be okay. But Chain Lightning now because he has double Mox Diamond, so we need to make sure that doesn't happen. Let's see. So I need to decide if I want to use this Rift Bolt now, or if I want to do Lightning Bolt, Lava Spike. The reason why is, like, I can Rift Bolt next turn for full value if I need to. I don't really think there's any reason to not just suspend there. The only reason I'd want to go now is, like, if I was worried about the one extra point of damage from Swiftspear, like if this is going to die next turn, basically, for some reason, or if it's going to be irrelevant because he has a blocker. I'm trying to think of, like, the ways I can maximize my damage here, but we're not really at a point where it's going to matter. Like, we're not within 1 point of killing our opponent. This is just going to die. Chalice on 1 in lands. Okay, now I wish I had cast the Lava Spike or the Lightning Bolt, but we will just cast those for prowess triggers at this point. I think we're in a fairly good spot, all things considered. Really, again, love to see Fire Blast or like Price of Progress or something, although that Wasteland makes it a little bit tricky. It's unfortunate. We're gonna get in the damage while we can. This way it takes less cards to kill our opponent the next with our possible top decks. Sorry. So I assume that our opponent has life from the loam in hand right now, but I'm a little surprised they didn't cast it last turn. Alright, I mean, it's at least some amount of damage for Swiftspear, so sign me up, you know. What are you doing? How about red? I think you want to tap for red. Don't know what they're trying to do there. A little bit interesting. They apparently don't have lands in hand. So here's Life from the Loam, which they're realizing was a sorcery. Shot board. You got it. We can cycle now for life. That makes sense. It does make sense. We're just drawing an actual card. Okay. I think I'm more okay with that. You can tap down my land. Man, this Chalice was so good for our opponent. Well, now pretty much any spell at any point in the game should hopefully get us there, just because they only have one Wasteland right now. So even Price would be able to trigger Swiftspear's Prowess, and still do 2 damage. So I assume that this is a loam. Got that Ghost Quarter left in Tabernacle, that makes sense. And I assume that we're cycling for life from the loam at this point. Okay. Come on, baby. Lethal burn off the top. We can do it. We can do it. Well, now we're getting to the point of where we can die to a couple different things at this point. Or, I mean, sorry, just Merit Lage. They're going to be able to Life from the Loam multiple times per turn now, which does get scary. So my point that I'm trying to make is, like, the Swiftspear probably gets in for 1 more damage, if I have to guess. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get in for, like, the final point of damage that we need. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Got it. Maybe I'm supposed to be playing out these mountains just to play around multiple Rishadan boards for some reason. So I'm a little surprised that they're tapping the Mox Diamonds rather than leaving as many green sources as possible for being able to go through their deck a little bit quicker. Lethal Burn. Lethal Burn just once. That's pretty good. We'll take that. That does make it so that I don't believe they have any outs at this point. Because they no longer can cast Life from the Loam, and making Merit Lage isn't good enough because they're 1. But we'll see what happens here. Chalice seems very suspect in the deck where you're playing Crop Rotation and, like, Gamble. It's like 2 of the best cards in your deck. Not sure I agree with that, but it obviously got us there, so we'll be bringing in at least some amount of Smash. I think I'm okay with 3 because he's running Mox Diamond, so we have at least some amount of targets. Oh boy. Gosh, this is so strange. Like, normally you really like having your 1-drops against them because they do so much of the heavy lifting for you. Maybe I need to leave in the Eidolons for that reason, though. I'm going to shave at least the Lava Spikes. Light the Stage, Vortex. I think I do want to bring in some of these, and I'm kind of in for Ensnaring Bridge as well, actually, because that's really their fast way of beating us. The problem is they run Abrupt Decay, so it's really not like you're not just gonna get them. I guess they do have to draw into Abrupt Decay, though. Although Leyline really hits them. I wonder if they bring in Corrosive Grip against me or not. Because, like, having Eidolon makes bringing in Corrosive Grip not the worst, I guess. Like, you still have a target a lot of the time. Oh boy. Is this... No. I'm always so iffy about this, because they still have Crop Rotation, right? So, like, even if you cut them off the graveyard, they can still Crop Rotate into the other piece of their puzzle, so... I don't know. So in between on whether or not that's a good card. It is nice to be able to stop them from recurring Glacial Chasm, though. And maybe we just don't need Light Up the Stage, especially for running Leyline. I really feel like I'm over sideboarding here. That's the issue with red decks, is like you really can't over sideboard. Or you really don't want to over sideboard. Because otherwise your deck just doesn't do anything. The smash is just making stuff so awkward. I'm gonna shave one so we have it if we need it. And I'll keep a one Light Up the Stage. Try that. I actually probably should have shaved a mountain as well for like another Light Up the Stage or something, but this hand's fine, we'll keep it. Mazavith, you got it. Deal. That makes that top deck a little bit worse. I think I'm kind of... Well, no, he probably would have played Chalice on 1, right? So, we'll go ahead and suspend the Rift Bolt here. Yeah, because, like, he would have played... No. Of course he wouldn't have played Chalice on 1 there. He just played Exploration. Jeez, come on. That's stupid. That is so stupid. You got it. Yeah, we're definitely going to be cashing in a light at the stage here, more than likely. We need to not lose to Rishadan Port. So, Rift Bolt you, bud. Okay, now I'm much more inclined to play Skewer here and just... Well... Again, he would have played Chalice there, I feel like. So, we're just gonna not worry about Chalice being in our opponent's deck right now. And we can still potentially, like, full retail a light up the stage here. Oh no, my mountains! Bolt. This is not what we're looking for so far. Alright, we're gonna have to cast that Rift Bolt for full value the following turn, but we can definitely do that, unless he has another for Rishadan Port. That's cool. Okay. It's kind of messed up. Although I guess I'm generally okay with this being what my opponent's doing. Please just take a turn off of double Rishadan Porting me, so I can cast this Rift Bolt. How many ley lines do we bring in? Oh, most of them. Good. Okay. So we have a lot of live top decks. Oh boy. Just let me go to my draw step. You don't need to do anything. Don't worry about it. I really hope that this is hurting them quite a bit. I feel like they probably have a Life from the Loam in hand, given that they're just, like, okay with porting me, and they didn't play land last turn. So double port... I mean, double Loam or like a Gamble would be really sweet to see in their hand. Turns out Gamble's a lot worse when you can't just like always go for Life from the Loam. And you're playing Exploration in your deck, because it's just like Exploration and Gamble don't really work out very well together when your graveyard's off. Because like if you're going to play out your lands, then you just have so much higher of a chance of discarding whatever you gambled for. I don't have stops in my upkeep, buddy. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. Thinking very hard about whether you're going to use your Rishadan Ports or not. That's cool, but I think I probably will put a Goblin Guide into play, like if I have nothing else to do, just because if I draw a Swiftspear or another Goblin Guide, I can at least get in some damage that way. Okay. I mean, yep. Deal. Leyline of the Void, too good. Rishadan Port, not too good. Pretty surprised with that. I really wonder how much work Leyline did there. Normally this matchup is one I'm not terribly excited to see, and that's just because crop rotation is so good against us. So we would have drawn another Rift Bolt, which should be okay. We draw a Mountain, Fire Blast, okay. So we probably would have ended up getting there, just because he'll crack this one sub-heath at some point. We just kill him with Fire Blast. Drew a million lands, but it's fine. Like I was saying, though, crop rotation is just so good against us. They can go find whatever they need out of their deck. I think Glacial Chasm stops us from dealing damage. I know it prevents combat damage. I think it also prevents non-combat damage, but I'm not sure. But being able to like find the other half of the Dark Depths Thespian Sage combos is pretty scary for us, and we really don't have any answer to Merit Lage short of them like giving us life from Growth of the Burn Willows. So yeah, this matchup's kind of swingy. Sometimes you have games like this where they just play cards that do not matter and you kill them, and sometimes they play like the 2 or 3 cards that do matter and they kill you. Not sure if we're supposed to bring in Leyline of the Void as a 2 of, a 3 of, a 4 of against them. Obviously, against some amount of the time, you're going to do quite well against them because you have a Leyline of the Void. Other times, like I said, they're just going to go to the crop rotation plan, and they're going to kill you, and you're going to be down a card. So I don't know if it's correct or not, but it does prevent a lot of their deck from functioning, and it does force them to have a somewhat specific hand in order to win. So it might be correct to just bring it in for that reason alone. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We're doing quite well in this league so far. Let's see if we can finish out strong.